Hey folks, David Al here. We're going to do something a little different today. Just got off of 2 nights of hard karaoke parties. We had over 100 participants both nights. It's a fairly medium-sized restaurant, and they have a stage with lighting and everything. I'll show you some clips later of the last couple times. We'll do what we call a gig log. But I come home and I can't get to sleep till 2 o'clock in the morning. But I got home at about 11:15 last night, and you get kind of wound up from the experience. It's like a party, which when we do a show, I refer to my wife as a part of the show too. She does a lot. It's actually a pretty big job to host a karaoke show. Like a lot of karaoke shows, they'll just dish out songs, and the atmosphere should be more of a party atmosphere. So we get up there, we joke around with the participants. A lot of them are return customers, and we joke around and just have a good time. We treat each other with respect, like friends, and get to know each other, and it's just a big happy gathering thing. So that's the way it should be. You're out there, you only got so much time on earth. I'm 72. I know how that clock works, but I've been doing this all my life, and some shows are duds. A lot of places you go, the karaoke person or KJ doesn't have a personality, and that's fine. That's the way you want to run your karaoke show, but you want everybody to have fun. I've gone to several different places where we actually go other places and participate in other people's shows, because it's a lot of work when you're doing it yourself. Last night, out of probably about maybe 150 songs with all the participants we had, I only sang once, and that was just to set up the sound after we set up the speakers. So I had myself in just as a guide to where the rotation starts. And then as you stack everybody in, I always put them in front of me. So my name's always up there just to kind of organize the list. But as the evening goes on and the list gets longer and longer, we had a list of like 23 participants at one time, and then actually the lineup goes off the window in the screen. It makes it just a little tougher to manage. So I took myself out, which I normally will do if we have a large crowd. Everybody wants to sing. I think the music that I pick that plays between singers, I think is part of why it's festive. The audience gets into it. You can see them tapping their toes and bobbing their heads, and everybody's having a good time. So anyway, I thought I'd just take a few minutes. I get on my exercise bike about 4 to 5 days a week, and keeps me in shape, keeps my head clear. And I normally would be playing music while I'm doing this. However, when I did my last gig log, I got flagged from YouTube because the songs, their algorithm recognizes the songs, and it makes it tough. You gotta go in, and while I was able to go in and give a reason why the songs aren't what they are, and there were some fictitious names that posted that they were the owners of the music, and if you're not ASCAP or somebody or EMI, then it's a illegal claim. So I went back to YouTube and said, this is a bogus claim, and they let my gig log fly, which is kind of different. But anyway, I thought I'd ramble on a little bit while I was doing my exercises. there's a couple of points I wanted to make. One of them was the atmosphere you're trying to portray is a festive, like a party or whatever. And we only do one solid karaoke night a week. And we're looking for another night, but we have, and the reason why we only do one is because we're just coming out of season when all the holidays, we had St. Patrick's Day, we had New Year's, we had Valentine's Day, and we had another random party. And if you're booked at a karaoke place, you can't skip your, if you make a contract, we actually do this by contract. If you do a contract with the karaoke place, you can't do a DJ show or schedule one for the same night. So that's the kind of one of the problems you run into there. But we like to do the DJ parties. They're a lot of fun. I've mentioned, I can leave it in the description. And in fact, look up here and I'll link you to some of the other shows that we do. One of them's a DJ show. It's called Boomer DJ. It's when music was really good. I don't want to sound like my grandpa, but I think we went through the music today. I'm just going to come out and say with the drum machines and the auto-tune, a lot of these artists, they kind of lost their way. Even country music isn't what it used to be. So I feel that I've lived during the best music times in history, with the early to late 50s up to the 90s. There's some really good music in the 90s, and you know a good song when you hear it. It's not about, oh, I hate all the music and from this era or that era. There's good music going on today. They're just few and far between, and good luck finding those songs. But I have a good time when I set up for a DJ show. I pass around a little questionnaire to all the participants a week or two ahead of the show, and they fill out what their age and what music genre that they like. Some like country western, some like old bebop blues, and some are into R&B, which is great. I kind of tune the show to that and make sure everybody hears music from their past that they loved, and good music. So anyway, thanks for coming along for the ride. I'm not really going anywhere. I'm just pedaling my butt off, kind of reminiscing on the fun that it is. If we didn't have music in our lives, just imagine what life would be like. And without the music as you grew up or grew older, you wouldn't have the nostalgia, the memories. Music seems to play a big role in how you remember things in your life, whether they take you back to your first love, or when you were a kid, the music your dad used to listen to, or classical music we learned in school, in grade school. I guess it'd be considered middle school now, in later years of grade school. A lot of the classical music. And when I was in college, freshman year, I took a music appreciation class. I knew nothing about reggae music or bluegrass music. And I'm from central Wisconsin area. I went to University of Wisconsin Stevens Point, which was kind of a cool place to go to school. And they had first part of the semester was on reggae music. I learned all about the bands. I never heard of Bob Marley before that. And that was real interesting. Toots and the Maytals. I can go down the list, but it'd be kind of boring. And then the second half of that semester, we learned about bluegrass music. And I went down to the record store and bought some, this is back when we bought vinyl, and bought some Bob Marley, Toots and the Maytals. I bought a John Hartford album. I believe it was his debut album. And it was called Steam Powered Airplane. And it just really opened up a world of different kind of music. And I think that helps me out in what I do now, kind of connecting with people that listen to all kinds of different music. When I was probably 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, maybe a freshman in grade school, freshman in high school, we had this big shortwave console radio, a Zenith. Had a big dial on it with all different frequencies you could tune into. But on the AM dial, we'd dial into WLS Chicago every night. And they had a kind of a mandate. Every other song was an R&B song. So we heard the kind of music you'd hear on the Blues Brothers, Sam and Dave and B.B. King, Alfred King, Muddy Waters. It was just insane. And then, of course, the other side of that was the latest pop and rock songs that they'd play. So I got a pretty big music library that I've grown up with. And I think that helps. That helps me out, not only picking music out for my DJ programs, but understanding what good music is and what different people like. And being able to load up my library, or I'll load a file up with what kind of music that I discover that the crowd likes. So I'll pack it with that type of music. So that's kind of how I roll. And last but not least, it's all about having fun. It's about having fun, making announcements, having little quick quizzes. You ask the people, hey, I bet you don't know who did that song and what year. Free drink to anybody that can come up and tell me. No peeking on your phones. And we get a lot of participation that way. Even people that aren't singing get to participate in the shows. I'm not real big on dancing. A lot of people go up and sing a song where people can dance to it, especially slow dances. So we like to do that. Not really warmed up to the playing dance music at a karaoke show. I think there's a place for it, but you have to kind of let your karaoke people know that they're going to be sharing the valuable time they could be singing with dancers up there. So that's kind of my rule on that. And I could probably sit here and ramble on about some of the things, but I specifically have karaoke YouTubes where I'll cover these different subjects. And what I'll do is, as I'm speaking now, when I edit my YouTube, I will put it up on the top and kind of point that out. So you can go back and review those particular videos. But anyway, David L. Entertainment, signing off. I'm getting out of breath, that's why I gotta sign off. So anyway, we'll talk to you later. I'll probably try to put some recent gig log videos in of some of the participants in my last show. Anyway, peace, love. You don't know when the last time you're going to see somebody, so be kind, Be kind to everybody. Love y'all. We'll talk soon. David L.